What's up, disc golf fans? Derek and Chris with Gatekeeper Media, and we're bringing you the next stop of our little stint at the beautiful Maple Hill Disc Golf Course for the 2019 MVP Open. This is, I believe, stop 9 out of 10, and it's pretty obvious, but MVP, big shout out to them for sponsoring this event. It's a beautiful event, and our coverage is brought to you by Innova Disc Golf. And a shout out, as always, to Millennium Golf Discs.
Yeah, this is our first time being out here, and man, it is awesome.
Yeah.
I know why. This is a course that everyone looks forward to all year. We have an awesome Innova feature card for you today. We're going to have last year's world champion Gregg Barsby. We have an MVP player, Matt Dollar. We have Ricky Wysocki.
New to the team.
And then we also have the fan vote, Joel Freeman. So another Innova player sneaks onto our Innova card. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Pretty nice to see.
So we're going to look at basically based on ratings. We're going to look at all the players to watch out for. Eagle is not here. That's probably the biggest name that we don't see there. Other than that, everyone else is around. As we're going to move into hole one of the most iconic holes here. Par 4, 835 feet. First shot, you're going to try to get over here, kind of where you see this white little pin. It's better to be over there to the left in those small sort of trees. Any person that's getting close to the road, you have a really good shot. And really, seeing it in person for the first time, camera does not do justice of how tight this gap is and how sharp of a right dog leg it is to get down there onto the green.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's something that, like, a lot of people might be more comfortable just playing the skip into it.
Yeah. So if you have a forehand, this is a really good shot for you. So we're going to start off with Gregg. He's kind of been all around this year. So
Yeah, kind of making up his own tour. It's pretty good.
yeah, he was up in Canada for a little bit. He's been doing a lot of Barsby Battle Series. So off the tee. He just turns this a little bit too much, and that's really the only thing you're trying to avoid here is this water, and he unfortunately goes right into it. So it's a tough way to start your round going OB.
So next up is MVP pick, Matt Dollar. Pretty veteran to the team.
Yeah, 115 career wins. It's an amazing accomplishment. Nice little flip up, and that's going real nice. Just needs to clear that, and he does. But like I said, being over there to the right is not the greatest because you can almost kind of get pinched off trying to get in there for your second shot. And then we have probably one of the hottest players on tour right now, Ricky Wysocki.
No stranger to our coverage.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Wow, just
Great. But once again, he has a lot of distance, but over there to the right, so we'll see if he's able to get down there in two.
and Joel, the fan vote.
Yeah, Joel, he came in third at Delaware, so he put up a really good showing. We had him for one card on chase card, and it actually led him up to lead card. So I'm excited to see him. He is a master of scrambling out here. So being on a tight technical course like MVP, Maple Hill.
Pretty versatile player as well. He's got a backhand and a forehand in his arsenal.
That's a crush.
Yes, sir.
And you really can't ask for much better than that.
No. Textbook. So Gregg will be going from the drop zone. Oh, no.
Late release sends him right into that bush.
So not the start we're looking for Gregg. On his third shot, he's just going to chuck something up and see if he can get through. He catches up on a tree.
A good roll gets him a little bit closer, but still not. He's going to be working for that run.
Yeah, he's probably going to be getting a double here as Matt. Quick start, and he's right to the mouth of the gap as well, so he's probably looking at a par. Ricky really far over here to the right, and all he can do is really lay up.
Yeah, talk about being pinched off. I think that would be the prime example of that.
Exactly. But Joel here in the perfect spot, like you said, you should anticipate this skip, and he's going to skip right up. That tree probably helped him. That could have skipped right over that wall, but he's going to have a good look for birdie. Knowing Ricky, he's still going to probably try to run this in.
So, tap in range, though.
Yeah. Take your par. I mean, if you're taking a par here, that's not the end of the world because a lot of people are going in that lake, getting high numbers like Gregg with the 5s and the 6, maybe even 7s.
Yeah, and it's it's early on. Still a lot of golf to play.
It's Gregg. He's going to lay that up. Like I said, he's going to be looking at a double. Matt drops it in as well. Everyone's well inside the circle, so we're going to see a couple cleanups.
Great putt by Joel.
Yeah, nice birdie.
And for how well he had played it up to this point, he still was working for it a little bit.
Yeah. And then here's these cleanups. Matt with the par. So interesting here, we're going to see Gregg tap in twice. He did play provisional. He was deemed out of bounds and ended up taking the 6 there, but that's why you see him putt in twice for any confusion. Ricky's in for the par as well. So we're going to move into hole 2. Hole 2 is a par 3. This one, you're going to see probably big flex shots. There is OB there to the right. A lot of people kind of, that gets in your head. They turn things over into that, but it's 350-foot shot. You do have a bailout over there to the left. You kind of throw it into those trees. You can get to the left side of those trees, lay up, take your 3. Some people actually throw rollers as well.
Which is risky because you have that little gully in the middle of the ditch, and it could really send something going.
Yeah, I would say any shot that's getting to that goalie is the gully is a pretty decent shot. You'll be able to putt as Joel, unfortunately, just goes right out of bounds. He's going to be putting right from that tree for his par.
I guess if you're going to going out there and taking your 3 from that spot's not so bad.
Look at this roller. This is looking really good for Matt. Skips up. Nice. Yeah, he should be within 10, 15 feet. And we were fortunate enough to film Ricky for the double skins match the night before. So it was cool to see and Matt. So we got to see 2 players on our card battle out in that skins match.
Yeah, and out of everybody that's on our card today, Matt was the only one that we had not filmed before. And it was, I've heard a lot about him and was excited to watch him play in person.
Oh, Gregg goes right over the bridge, right into those trees.
Still pretty salvageable from there.
Yeah, like I said, as long as you just get down there, because of how the slope of the green is, I mean, you could run this and see if you can get your 2. Joel, though, he will be putting for his 3 here.
A little low.
Yeah, just got to get that up a little. Oh no.
Man.
Weak side. Just goes right out for Matt. He's unfortunately going to take the 3. And as we should expect, Ricky should be picking up a stroke on the whole card.
All right.
And there it is.
Finally one sticks.
Yeah. It's a good birdie from Ricky. Tap in for Joel. Just going to go back down to even. And we were an early card, so that was nice to be out there early at 10 a.m. Not a lot of people out on the field in the MPO division at this point.
No, we still did have like a couple waits here and there, but they weren't very long.
No. So we're going to move into hole 3, 410 feet uphill. This is the infamous Feldberg ace hole. This is a tough shot. You have to throw a really nice flex shot that's going to go uphill, carry probably 430 to get up there inside the green. So that's all right. You saw it pop up there. That's going to be a putt.
Still an upward shot
Yeah.
from there. Always playing from like uphill. It's really deceiving on how much distance you're actually getting.
But as long as you can get around this one tree, wow, Matt's
Sneaky.
yeah. He's not far off from Ricky down there. It's scary though because if you hit one of those early trees, kick over there to the left.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be looking at a 4.
Yeah, honestly, the play here is just throw something low speed.
Yeah. Joel has a really good flex shot. We'll see what he goes out. Now he takes an inner route, and it's going to kick him back over there.
Yeah, it's going to be fighting.
Yeah, I would probably rather be down there to the right. More of a straight approach.
A little more open, too.
Yeah. He's going to have to find a creative line to get up and down here.
But Joel's scramble percentages are pretty good. He usually figures it out.
Yeah. Just outside the circle for Joel. I think that's why he played so well at Delaware, and this course as well. These really tight courses.
Playing adaptive golf almost.
Ooh. Good bit from Gregg. His dollar is also looking for a weird lane and just kind of skips up. Oh.
Oh, in the roll.
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah, that's the type of putt back that would really get inside your head.
Yeah. Ricky's elite, though. He should be able to do a putt back there. Is that needs to sit and end up sitting. Let's see if Joel can capitalize.
He does.
Nice. It's kind of a colorful scorecard for him to begin. So that was a good par save. This is a pretty tricky par save for Ricky as well. Slightly uphill. All right.
Good par save.
Yeah. I mean, 1 down through 3. I mean, you could start 3 down, but I mean, anytime you're in the green is a good spot. This is a tough hole for Matt Dollar. All right, we're going to move into hole 4. Probably the tightest gap off the tee, looking at 250 feet downhill. It's the ace run hole. We've seen a skip ace on this before. It can bite you, though. If you go for it, you can hit that water right in the back. And
yeah, if you're going pure right down the fairway, we've seen it. We saw it all week through practice.
So Ricky's going to be the first one. It looks like he's going to go forehand pig. Now, they did create a Mando. You can see where that banner is. That used to be open. And I know Ricky was a fan of taking that Anheuser shot kind of around the side there. Kind of forces you to go up the gut now.
Yeah, you don't really have an option on the left.
It's Gregg off the tee.
Yeah, just like a little finesse standstill.
And good reaction. A little bit of planko on this hole.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you need that.
If you're approaching it with a strategy, you can a lot of times make it kind of work in your favor.
Yeah. As this actually came in as the second easiest hole here for round 1. So I believe it's also the shortest hole on the course. Joel's
Kind of threw that in the ground.
Yeah, just get down there. Joel's probably looking at like a 25, 30 foot from there.
I think really overrunning it was in his mind.
Yeah. And we've seen a roller from Matt. We're going to see a forehand or a thumber. All right. It's kind of right around where Joel is.
And I was warned before filming that Matt Dollar does like to throw a lot of thumbers.
It's Ricky. This is fading a little early. It's going to be another tricky par save for him. It's kind of we're used to seeing him putt for birdies. He's making these long putts for pars. Ooh.
Nice.
Dollar bills.
Yeah, I was just going to say that he found himself in not a terrible position. That backstop with the logs kind of helped him out.
Yeah. Joel's really elevated his game here this back half of the season. Been seeing him a lot up at the top. He's been on chase card and lead card for a lot of coverage as well. Kind of had that breakout in Vegas last year. It's Ricky. He's able to secure it, but I'm sure he's not happy putting for par, knowing that he's going to lose a stroke to the rest of the card.
Yeah, he can't be comfortable. That's starting to well up, knowing that you're playing good golf. It's just getting you your pars.
Yeah, it's tough. So Gregg's able to get one of those strokes back. Also had that rough start. We're going to move into hole 5. This is the first time we bring water into play. Or, no, actually, hole 1, I forgot about that. But hole 5, par 3, 285 feet. We did see Gregg ace this a couple years ago, but basically, nice forehand, right-hand shot. It's probably what we'll see out of most people. There is kind of a bailout there to the right. You can see that lane, but all these pros, we're going to see them go for it.
And the wind started picking up right as they stepped up to the tee.
So this actually also came in as a pretty easy hole. But really, I mean, just throw something really overstable that you trust that's just going to hit up at that side, just what Gregg did right there.
I mean, even like just throwing into those trees so that, you know, it'll just drop it dead.
Exactly. Like I said, it plays as a pretty easy hole, and that's what most people did. I think the water gets in your mind because you're throwing over water almost the whole time. And the drop zone is not a good drop zone. You're most likely going to be taking a 4. The drop zone's only right up past that keen sign up there. So Matt decides to go with the big Anheuser shot with the righty. And no. Oh, that's unfortunate. He's going to be taking a shot from the drop zone.
Now, filming this hole is kind of a challenge as well because you have to kind of elevate yourself. Otherwise, you don't really have a look at the pin at all.
So Ricky's able to stay dry. Yeah, and it's kind of dark, but then it's light out there. It's interesting. Dollar is going to get in there as well. Still a tester putt, though. A race basket. Ricky about 25-30 out. That's a good putt. To Matt, this is going to be for his 4.
And still kind of dangerous.
Yeah. Good putt from Matt. Same for Joel. I mean, so that's the one thing is when you kind of do those bailouts into the trees, you're usually putting back towards the water on a raised basket. So that could get into your head. I think it did right there. So we saw just a little low.
Yeah, now the thing with these raised baskets that have the pedestal below them, I mean, you can always play safe and kind of just pump one right into the wall of that, and it'll most of the time just stop right underneath, so you secure yourself a drop in.
Thank you, Innova, for making this coverage possible. So we're going to move into the hardest hole, 375 feet, par 3. Very treacherous. You have that OB rock wall there to the right. There is water also down there to the left. Basically, most people are going to kind of pitch out and kind of land in this opening here where we kind of see the basket and then just take their 3. You can get aggressive if you want, if you have a real nice turnover shot, or you can go over to that left lane as well. But then you're putting up towards that OB. So came in at 0.87 strokes over par. So 3.87 for the field. If you have a forehand like Gregg does, do something exactly like this. That roll probably was a good roll.
Opened him up a little.
Exactly. Yeah, very challenging hole, though.
Oh, boy.
And Ricky just early release, and that's going to go OB. And he's probably going to be pinched off, too. So that's going to be very, very tricky for him to get up and down. Missed that tree, and Joel
with the massive flex line.
Yeah. That's going to be a good spot. That'll play. Man, just hitting that tree.
Now, he is pretty open from there, but it's still a tunnel shot. Opens up for his thumber.
Oh, no. He's struggling as well now. So if Ricky can execute this shot, I'm going to say this is probably one of the harder shots he's going to have to do all week. Oh my goodness, look at that. Wow. That was amazing.
Yeah,
that was absolutely beautiful. To get up and down there just for the bogey, going out that early, that just shows a true champion. Matt's going to make a bid, but, I mean, he's looking at a 4 as well. We're going to have Gregg. So he was in a decent spot. Just keep it straight. Go over to the left side. Just give yourself a putt. He nails it. Nice putt from Gregg.
I think that warrants one. What do you think?
Yeah, let's give it to the world champ.
Yeah, it was
Great
pretty small gap, too.
Yeah. Awesome. A little turkey there for Gregg. I guess he's hungry. We're going to look at Joel. He's got to look for 2 as well. He unfortunately just needs to get that up a little bit. Ricky actually came up to me. He was like, how close was that? And I was like, man, you were about a foot to the right. So, even though that's a bogey, that is a well-earned bogey. That could have been
well-maintained.
Yeah, well-maintained bogey. That could have been much worse. Matt's seeing some consistent red here. He's going to see if we can turn that around for him. So we're going to move into hole 7, 370 feet, uphill the whole way. Once again, kind of like a nice little flex shot line.
Yeah, you can see it in the outline of the road how wavy it is.
So I would say very similar to hole 3 almost. Basket's a little more to the right, so that does make it a little more challenging. But if you got it, throw it. Gregg's gonna go with a forehand route. That just fades a little early for him. We're gonna see.
It's gonna be down there on the bottom of that hill over there.
Yeah, that's almost where the red tee and I believe the white tee are kind of down there. There's a lane over there because of those tees, so we'll see if he finds like a backdoor fairway.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Ooh. Good second hit.
Yeah.
Because that was definitely that had a lot of speed to it. It could have been lost.
It's Ricky.
His comes up short, but does kind of hit threads through the beginning of that tree line pretty well.
So this hole actually averaged 0.58 over par. So more than half a stroke over par. Matt's is just going to go right over there to the left. I would say that's probably the best spot out of all of them.
Still have like a clean look at the basket.
Yeah, you could still hit that initial fairway.
Oh, wow. Well,
Ricky does exactly that, making it look easy. Letting us know why he's one of the best scramblers in the game in these past 2 holes. But yeah, came in at fourth hardest. So we should see Joel do exactly what Ricky did. Because Joel being a forehand player, that's an easy shot for him.
Oh, yeah. Matt has some obstructions to fight through there.
Ooh, makes it through, though.
Yeah, hits metal.
All right, everyone's going to be tapping in for their threes. Let's see if Gregg can recreate something miraculous. All right. But there's that backdoor fairway I was talking about.
Just to ensure a par frame.
Yeah. It's our first frame of anything, though, so. So we're going to see some cleanups. As you can see, the wind was really bad in the beginning, in the morning.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like, it's not really a given with a par if the wind is kicking that bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough for some of these players off the tee, knowing that they're thrown over water, and you get like good 10-mile-per-hour gusts.
Well, you know it's not that windy.
All right, moving into hole 8 over water the whole way, 320 feet, par 3. I would say this is definitely an ace run, especially with that green being kind of sloped there, so you kind of have like a backstop to hit up against. Came in as one of the easiest holes, though. So I guess this hole really isn't testing people as much as it used to. Everyone's kind of getting over there consistently. Gregg needs to miss some trees, and he does just that.
So clean. See if Joel can string something like that together as well.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that did not turn over the way he wanted.
It stayed straight the whole way, though. That's good, yeah.
He'll have a putt, but it's a skinny putt.
Yeah, he's dry. That's all that matters. As this drop zone isn't as bad if you go OB. You can
it's like on the walking path bridge area, kind of right where the disc
right over there.
by,
Yeah. This Ricky is just about outside. That's he probably would want to be a little bit closer. He's lucky he didn't hit those trees.
Ooh, keeping his low.
Looking real good, though.
Yeah, great. Looks like Gregg does get the CTP, though.
Yeah. Ooh.
All right, he cans it.
Did that hit some leaf, didn't it?
It might have.
Okay. I guess Gregg summoned a no iron leaf for him today. That was a good putt from Joel. Ricky's going to have to replicate.
Nice.
Good putt from Ricky. It's nice to see him get a birdie.
Well,
these should just be cleanups.
Yeah, I was going to say par frame to star frame.
Love to see that.
All right, Gregg, get your tap in.
All right, so 3 of our guys tied for second. Like I said, it's pretty early in the morning, so not a lot of names have really been out there yet, but 2 down through 8. So we're going to move into hole 9, final hole here at this front 9, 420-foot par 4. There was talk before saying this hole was a little easy. Steve came up to us personally when he was giving us the tour and said, well, you know what? I'll make it a par 4. I'm just going to push that basket all the way right next to the water.
And elevate it.
Yeah, and
it
elevate
was not elevated before.
And for a 420-foot hole, it plays more like a par 4 now. Played right in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, the tee box is pretty small, and you're fighting at a upward grade, much more significant than most of the other holes we've seen so far.
As this is great from Gregg, and that roll is very fortunate. But if you're cresting that hillside, fading over from left to right, you are in a pretty decent spot for your second shot. Just getting to the top of the hill really is half the battle.
Yeah, I mean, as we just saw, gravity helps you and rewards you if you can reach that spot.
Yeah. Joel's doing something very similar. He gets hung up on a tree, but that's still a good spot to be. See what Ricky can do. I'm guessing he probably has like a Firebird or something.
Ooh.
Oh no. So that was a misrelease. All right. We see another thumber, it looks like. So that's going to cut a little early. Yeah.
He could straddle out of there and maybe have like a turnover shot.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky for him. So Ricky ended up on the right of the fairway. It looks like he misreleased to the left. I guess it kicked or something. But he still has a lot of work as he's now only over by the blue tee box. So Ricky's going to have to keep his composure here. Try to minimize this damage, get to the green here. Have himself an easy putt. So it sets up good for his forehand anhyzer with the pig. Oh no. Just a little low. Oh, Joel. Ooh, that was a lucky tree. He stayed dry. So no OB stroke for Joel. Like you said.
Here's that turnover shot.
Nah, I'm just going to fade a little early, but he is
safe and with a putt.
Yeah, but that's a tough putt. I think he's going to lay that up. Just take your 4 at this point, knowing you see the card struggling. It's Gregg, he could bid this for 2. Ooh.
And something happens there, and he just whiffs it right into the lake.
It's almost like he lost control of his hand or something.
Oh,
get down. Oh.
His sigh of relief right there.
This is tough for Ricky. This is for bogey. Yeah, and like you said, just throw it up against that.
So no drop zone. You're going to play where it went out.
As Gregg's going to tap in the 1 under.
Matt played it really safe.
Matt's been having a tough round. Joel's been playing pretty decent, sitting at 2. And then Ricky, all that hard work, fighting for those pars, just brings him back to even with that double there. So we're going to take another look at these scores. So it looks like Gregg is sitting at 3 under. Joel's sitting at 2 under. Ricky just there at even, and Matt in the red at 1 over.
Now, this was one of the 3 feature cards for round 1, so we had a pretty early tee time, like we mentioned earlier. It was, 10 a.m., so there was still a lot of people that needed to play when we were going out there.
Yeah, we see Seppo was out there, Matt Bell, last week's Delaware champion. So that's going to be it for the front 9 of the first round of the 2019 MVP Open. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, folks, and stay tuned for the back 9 coverage.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. Take care.